game, we got the Denver Broncos versus the Carolina Panthers. Fantasy football starters are as follows. Denver, I like Melvin Gordon. I don't really like anybody else for Denver this week. If you have to pick a wide receiver, I don't know. I kind of like the way Judy's playing a little bit better. Carolina on the David does not. Carolina, they're coming off a bye week. Everybody, start your running back in Carolina. I like Anderson. I like Moore. I like both of these guys. Those are my three starts: running back, and then the two top wide receivers. You can make an argument for Curtis Samuel, although I think it's still a little bit too risky this week, in my opinion, and I don't love the analytics on him. What do you think, David?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see. We're gonna have to find out about DJ Moore because he suffered what looked to be a somewhat significant injury.
Mm.
News came out it's not a season-ending injury. He's been week to week, but we don't know if he's gonna play. If he doesn't play, absolutely, Curtis Samuel, who's been completely underrated this year, he's slots in right as a wide receiver too for the week. Especially
Yeah, that would
coming off the bye.
for me contingent on whether or not Moore plays. Agreed.
Yeah. We'll see about the quarterback too as well. Actually, I apologize. I think Teddy Bridgewater played this past game, so
I
should
think
take
he's
that.
back. I think he's back
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
that's a slip of the mind right there. It's still early on the Monday morning, guys. Forgive me for that one. But the talk about Denver Broncos wide receiver, that's the only thing I really want to talk about. You say Judy, it ain't Jerry Judy, my friend. It's Tim Patrick. He is leading this team in fantasy points scored. And mind you, he's also missed the Week 8 game against LA. So he was hurt then. He didn't start like Judy did when Cortland Sutton started the first game. So he had that against him. So Judy's been starting all year. Patrick hasn't, but he's still outscoring him. Look at his games since week 2. 14, 25, 16, 7, 12, 10, 18. A dud against New Orleans, but obviously they didn't have a quarterback, so we don't count that. 20. So he hasn't scored less than 7 fantasy points in a game since week 2. Since week 2, Tim Patrick. I mean, the name doesn't feel good, but if you just open up your mind and just look at the points on the board and ignore the name that it's coming from, you're getting wide receiver 2 production from this guy pretty much every week.
Let's see. Bovada has the line Denver minus 1.5 versus Carolina. Who would you take?
Now that I remember Teddy Bridgewater is back, I'm going to take Carolina.
You know, it's funny. We're 4 games through. We're lock and step this whole way. That usually doesn't happen. I'm going to take Carolina too. I generally like teams off the bye. I think Carolina's a little undervalued. They're playing really good football. Like they're hanging with teams. I don't know. Like I like the way Denver's defense is playing, but their offense is just so up and down. And Carolina, 2 weeks to game plan for them. I'll take them this week against the spread.